Greetings and welcome to another edition of The Great Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Well, here it is, another Wednesday, and today, as promised, is my talk for Matron's Day. And Matron's Day is very important to us. It's a day when goddess worshippers everywhere celebrate. They all celebrate on Modrinicht. All goddess worshippers celebrate Modrinicht. But, not very many people know about Modrinicht. Modrinicht is kind of a well-kept secret, unfortunately. And it's not for lack of advertising. It's just that people haven't paid attention. So, because people haven't paid attention or searched for the information about it, people don't know about Modrinicht. But Matron's Day is the day after Modrinicht, which deserves just as much celebration and recognition as Matron's Day deserves the same recognition as Modrinicht, because it's part of the same holiday as a continuation. So this is Matron's Day, and on Matron's Day we celebrate the crone. Now, I know that crone has a lot of bad, negative connotations. If you look up crone in Webster's dictionary, or in any of the online dictionaries, in fact, Oxford, Cambridge, all the dictionaries online, they will tell you a crone is an old, thin, ugly, mean-spirited woman. Those are the four things that they use to define the crone: thin, old, ugly, and mean-spirited. Well, I'm here to tell you that the crone is old, yes, but that's where it ends. That's where the crone diverges from their definition. Yes, she's old, very ancient, in fact, and but she's not ugly. An aged, weathered face can be very beautiful, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Some young people just don't like people that don't look like themselves, so they hate weathered faces. But old people can be quite beautiful, and our crone is no exception. Her age is beauty. She's beautiful, and she's very wise, as you know, and her wisdom was hard won and bought with pain, and it was pain that we caused Goddess with our actions. So the crone, as we know, she's an older woman. She's not a woman technically, but she's like a woman, very much like a woman, and women were created by her, so she knows what women are like, and women are like herself. They're feminine, and she's the divine feminine, so she knows more about being the divine feminine than anybody else, and what it means to be feminine more than anybody else. So, Goddess is very conscious of what it means to be feminine, and the ancient feminine is the crone energy, and I speak of an energy because Goddess is not like a physical form. She's energy, and she's more than energy. She's living meaning, which is something for a subject for a future video. But living meaning and Goddess go hand in hand. She creates living meaning. She is the one. She is the person. She is the being that creates living meaning. And all living meaning proceeds from her. and energy proceeds from her, and matter proceeds from her. So she's very ancient, and she's older than the universe because it took her an eternity to create the universe before it emerged from her. And then when it did emerge from her, after an eternity, the universe itself has gotten very ancient, but it's only the beginning, It's only the beginning of the universe. The universe is still progressing. And the universe is sort of in its middle age, but Earth's days are numbered thanks to humans as far as sustaining life. But that's another story. We souls, once we're dead, will find a new home other than Earth, maybe somewhere else in the universe, or maybe outside of the universe. But we've got lots of time. We've got lots of time on a human scale, at least, but not lots of time on the scale of the universe. And we can change things and we can correct things if we only try. But life as we know it won't be sustained. Billions of human beings will not be sustained in the future. It'll be down to millions or maybe even thousands, the way things are going, the way things are headed. But Goddess, the Crone, we need to atone to the Crone. We need to atone to the Crone. And I found out today, actually, that the Crone is very angry at me. The Crone is angry at me, and her spirit is angry at me, because many bad things happened to me today. First of all, I had a fight with my friend Judy, who's an older woman herself. And Judy she's not ancient, but she's an older woman. And had a fight with her. Wasn't my fault, but still realized that because of my argument with Judy, and maybe Goddess was displeased with me, and Judy was with her channel, her way of showing me how displeased she was, and showing me that I needed to atone. And another thing that happened was that my college that I'm about to attend wrote to me on Modronicht, which is Christmas Eve. Modronicht, they wrote me and told me that my financial aid package isn't complete, that there's still something I need to do, that there's something left undone, and that I needed to check again, after all of this that I went through. And they just want me to fill in the same form over and over because they keep losing it. They keep losing it very conveniently, and then they make me fill it in over and over again and lose it every single time. And it's really getting annoying, and it's getting on my nerves. So I went to the portal online, to try to figure out how I could get this resolved. And the portal was down for Christmas. It was down Christmas Day today. So it was down, and Matron's Day, but they took it down for Christmas. That's what they did it for. And so I had no way of resolving it. So why did they write me on Christmas Eve if they planned on taking down their portal on Christmas Day so I couldn't resolve the issue? And I wrote them an angry letter to that effect. But I'm hoping to get this resolved as soon as possible. And then a third thing happened to me. I was stricken with pain up here in my neck and in my clavicle on the right side, and it was very painful. And by then I was thinking, Goddess is angry at me. She's angry at me for something. There's something I did wrong, and I'm atoning for it now. And Goddess is trying to send me a message, a desperate message for Modronicht. she thought, Modronic is a day when I can get her attention and make her realize that I'm displeased with her. So I've done something to displease Goddess. I sort of have a vague idea of what it is, but I'm not gonna go into detail. But needless to say, I had an argument with Judy, and things did not go so well between us. And she had hurt feelings, and I had hurt feelings, and she was saying that I was possessive, that I was too possessive of a friend, and that I was grasping, and that I was angry, and that I was jealous. So she made all these accusations. She's throwing all these accusations at me at once, and then pretending like, it's our friendship is all up to you. Everything's fine. I still want to be your friend. I just don't want to be your possession. Like I've got nothing better to do than to write to her, right? I've got other things to do. So, yeah, Judy and I had this argument, and since she's I know that she's, Judy, if you're watching this, don't take offense. Don't be angry, don't be mad. But she's sort of a manifestation of crone energy herself, because she is an older woman. So she does represent the crone energy, even though she very strongly disapproves of the word crone and said anybody of her age would be offended by the word crone or being referred to as a crone. So I'm not referring to her as a crone. I'm just saying that she's a manifestation of the crone energy, which is the energy of Goddess. And so I had to pay attention. Crone is really angry with me, and Crone, believe it or not, like it or not, is Goddess as she is now. At this point in history, at this time in history, Goddess is a crone. And she's all three simultaneously, but she's crone all of the time because she's matured into this role. She's matured into the role of crone in her ancient days. So she's the Ancient of Days, and she's matured into this role of being the crone. So we have to pay attention. And we're reclaiming the word crone. But first we have to resolve the issues that we may have with the crone, and the issues that she has with us, that she's offended by us, and we're not quite right. We don't meet her exacting standards, and we have to live up to, or own up to, or just at least admit that we have a problem, and that everything is not peachy keen, everything is not all right, and that we're faulty human beings. We have faults, and it's no one's fault but our own. We can only blame ourselves, because, okay, so maybe Goddess bears part of the blame because she made us fallible. We were capable of fault, but it was also a personal choice. We could use both our free will and just not just free will, but also our intellect to decide whether we wanted to be fallen or not, and we chose to fall. So because we chose to be fallen, and because we chose a life of crime, Now there's some intellectuals who will argue, isn't everybody a product of their environment? And how can you blame anyone at all, for the way they are when they're a product of their environment? Well, nurture plays some role, but we also have intellect and personal decision-making abilities and a conscience or most people have a conscience. So we're capable of making decisions, but we don't always make the right decisions because that's a choice. And we chose based upon our personal preferences and our personal predilections. So it's not all Goddess's fault. We bear part of the blame as well. And we're living spirits and we're co-creators with Goddess. So, because we're alive and because we're a part of Goddess and because we're co-creators with Goddess, we do bear part of the responsibility for our own actions. So this Modrinic did not turn, and Matron's Day did not turn out very well for me. It did not turn out the way I expected. But it was a warning signal to me to let me know that if I'm not enjoying my holiday, I have no one to blame but myself because my relationship with Goddess isn't quite right. So, in honor of the crone, and in an attempt to repair my relationship with the crone, I will read to you some poetry, some poetry that I have written for the crone and for Matron's Day, and I hope you enjoy it. Modrinict never ending. Isn't that day so fine? When grandmothers bless their grandchildren in an unending line. But that day is the finest, known to us as Matron's Day, when Crone Goddess shines so brightly and for us lights the way. Matron's Day is upon us, and the crone shines brightly still, to celebrate Crone so rightly, also to do her will. But the sweetest day of all, it is New Year's Day we hear. Here's wishing you and your kinfolk a very happy New Year. Okay, there's that poem, and I have another one. Goddess bless the girl. Crone, watch over her. Who sleeps tonight on a coverlet. Crone, please watch over her. See the beauty like dew, soft as a willow frond, grow pussy willows in paradise, and stillness like a pond. Child blushes while she sleeps, with cheeks so rosy red. Oh, Crone Goddess bless the apple cheeks, and blessings on her head. Hark, about now she stirs, and cannot stay asleep. 'Twas only the glimmer of a dream. She does not make a peep. And here's another one. Crone, grandmother of all, we sing your praises true. Grandmother of all the living, and living to renew. Crone so fierce, Crone so staid, you blow hot and cold, true. But there's none can match your brilliance, your credit will accrue. And for that last stanza, for all of time stood still, for there were none who could match your indomitable will. Blaze forth, thou Crone Goddess, for all the world to shine. Still you blaze on till forever, until the end of time. It is even so. So there's some poems for you. I hope you enjoyed them. I read a few poems every year. And I hope you have a very happy Matron's Day. Celebrate the crone with some older women who happen to be goddess worshippers. I don't mind if they're witches or if they believe in the horned god or what they believe in. As long as they believe in Goddess, spend some time with them, and have a great day. Have a great holiday, and enjoy and celebrate the crone today. I'm Sarah Jane Alpha Wolf signing off. Have a terrific week, and the next time I see you, it'll be New Year's.